Hello everyone and welcome back, Paladins fans. Today we are talking about the Paladins minor league power rankings. Week 6 just concluded yesterday. If you missed those matches, some reason there were no drafts on the stream. That was a little odd. Could have been a tech malfunction, who knows. So that was a little disappointing. Didn't get to see the drafts, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, let's drop right into the power rankings now. At number 8 is 5-Stack Esports. Now, yes, they beat Exile this week, but 5-Stack remains at the number 8 spot due to Exile having tremendous roster issues and having little to no practice with a new lineup. Now, 5-Stack has the same lineup, same time to sort things out behind the scenes, and still managed to give up a map to Exile. This team can't start making a climb in the rankings if they are able to find more wins against Exile and even take maps from Sanguine. For the time being, however, sitting in last is just where they'll be in the power ranking. Granted, they are in last place in the standings as well, I believe, but only by a plus and minus of 4 under Exile because they were able to beat them the first time in their matchup, and also they were able to take more maps off of the top 2 teams rather than 5-Stack. But moving on, at number 7 is Exile. Now, losing this week hurts them, yes, but it wasn't as bad. As we said, with a new lineup and after such a big Twitter drama display with multiple twit-longers, they were still able to take a map from the 5-Stack squad. The team needs to gather some chemistry, and hopefully the roster problems have ended. This squad may be able to move up in the rankings and standings if they keep this lineup and start to improve by taking wins over 5-Stack. And although Exile could get better, it still seems as if Sanguine is too strong for them. So I don't see them losing to Exile. But anything can happen, and it would shake things up for second place in the division if it were to happen. Moving on to number 6 now is One Trick Pony. Now, One Trick Pony continues their downward spiral as the season goes on. They put up decent games against everyone early on in their first matchups. But as of recently, they just seem to hit a wall. Once again, losing Uber Spade could be a large part of it as the damage for OTP have struggled severely. The team seems to have hit the rookie wall where the steam they gathered from relegations has finally started to cool down. Sitting in 4th place and pretty much out of contention for playoffs, if I had to guess, the best they can do is continue to work hard for 3rd place and gather as much experience as possible and look forward to 2020. That, or keep working hard individually for a chance for each of the players to be looked at by better teams or by better players, or a step up in 2020 as well. At number 5 is Penta this week. Now, Penta finally is starting to find their stride. New stride, that is, with their new lineup. The new recruits, Coriel, Hayes, and the former console player, Slopadopoulos, is finally starting to gel out. Ovum and Bolko being back in their winning mentality is also a big help as they find a win against Sour team. Now, this win also dropped Sour out of 1st place. Now, if Penta starts to find some 3-0s in the coming weeks, they could have the potential of finding themselves in 1st once again. Coriel has been a force in the offlane as of recently and can be seen creating tons of space for people like Slopadopoulos to find their success on the DPS. Most notably was the game 1 where Slopadopoulos was playing Tyra. He came in as clutch plays. Tons of key hunting party marks were going out, and the crossfires were beautiful to help give the team the 4-0 victory. I cannot wait to see this team play in the coming weeks and see if they can continue to improve with a stable roster after struggling for a few early on. At number 4 is Sanguine. Now, Sanguine comes in at number 4 this week and looked to be the 2nd place team in North America as they get 3-0'd by Hype Unit this past week. A team they were able to show promise against earlier in this phase seems to have an increasing gap as the season goes on further. They tried some weird stuff this week as well, with Stigma playing snipers in the first 2 games of the set. Canessa on Ice Mines didn't pan out too well, especially with the Maeve as their 2nd DPS. Game 2, they tried playing triple DPS with Stigma on Strix. This would have been okay if it weren't for them allowing Hype to obtain Tyra and Genos for the damage ants. The other noteworthy thing is they had 2 Cauterizes, both level 2, while they had Quad Wrecker for a Khan and Ashe tank combo. Granted, Caught isn't ultra important against Genos, but when the heal is coming in full along with the damage amp, something has got to change. Overall, this team may secure 2nd in the division, but moving up in the rankings is tough due to such good competition in the EU from lower teams currently. Number 3 is Sour Team. Now, Sour Team dropping in the ranking hurts. However, they will continue to drop if they aren't able to look back and find a way to get back to the winning form from earlier in Phase 2. The biggest question I have is, are they actually a dominant team like we've seen in the first few weeks? Or were they only winning when All Business and Penta were having roster issues? Once Penta and All Business solidified their rosters is right when Sour Team started to struggle. Finding wins against them may be harder now moving forward, but they will need to do so if they want a chance at reclaiming their first place as soon as possible. At number 2 is All Business. All Business has been red hot lately, taking wins time after time and finally with a roster that works for them. Bugsy once again wasn't playing for them this week, and there's no reason given to us at Console Corner for that, but nonetheless, it wasn't exactly needed for the match against One Trick Pony. Bugsy should and will need to be in the lineup against Sour and Penta, and that has been proven with their matchup in Week 4. Madera and Klosar did fine, but I think Bugsy would bring a new dynamic, as well as the drafts they seem to bring out now. A Ruckus and Atlas tank combo in Game 1 this week on Stonekeep is just an example, and the way they both played the point, as well as the off-lane transitions, pretty much was pitch perfect beautiful. They now sit in first place in their division and they're looking to keep it that way heading into the playoffs. And at number 1, once again, is Hype Unit. Now, Hype once again takes the number 1 spot. This time it's after a more dominating win, which is exactly what I said in the previous video for the Week 4 power rankings. They need to win faster and more dominantly. Start 3-0ing people to show exactly how good they are. Being taken to 4 to 5 games by Tier 2 or even Tier 3 teams at this point is unacceptable, and it seems Payne and T-Mac have come to the same conclusion. Those two led the charge for their squad this week, and at times were 2v5ing, 2v4ing, 2v3ing, whatever it may be, and never back down, and for good reason, as they never really seem to lose a fight all set. It is to go without being said that the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place teams in EU or Europe are much stronger than the 2nd, maybe not Sanguine, but the 3rd and 4th teams and Sanguine if they continue on this fall. So Hype Unit could go down in the power rankings if the EU teams show more promise, because if it's a dogfight for first place and all those teams are better than most of the teams in NA, then Hype Unit could fall. But nonetheless, Hype Unit is the number 1 team at this moment in your PML power rankings here at Console Pro News. My name's Blue. You can follow me on Twitter at RealBlueTV with no E in blue. Don't forget to follow our Twitter here at Console Pro News as well, which is at Console Pro News. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video, and let us know who you think should be number 1 in the comments below. Check you later.